Six Flags America has a great wooden roller coaster called the Wild One. This PTC wooden roller coaster originally opened in 1917 and has operated at Six Flags America since 1986. It stands 98 feet tall, has 4,000 feet of track, and reaches a top speed of 60 miles per hour, though it originally had a top speed of 53 miles per hour. And this roller coaster is great, packed with airtime and good laterals. It is certainly an underrated wooden roller coaster. With Six Flags America's upcoming closure, however, the Wild One's future is uncertain. Will it be relocated after the park closes? If so, who will keep this iconic roller coaster operating? This is our full-length, in-depth review of the Wild One and our comments about the attraction and what you can expect when you go to Six Flags America to ride this coaster. Now, let's get into the review. Before it operated at Six Flags America, the Wild One operated as Giant Coaster at Nantasket Beach's Paragon Park in Hull, Massachusetts. It opened in 1917 and operated at Paragon Park until 1984. The same year, Giant Coaster closed with the park. In 1985, Wild World purchased the coaster in a last-minute bid at auction. The park contracted with Charles Dinn of the Dinn Corporation, known for the design of Kings Island's The Beast and the relocation of Phoenix, to relocate Giant Coaster to Wild World. Charles Dinn also supervised the ride's reconstruction. After Curtis D. Summers reworked sections of the ride and restored the Helix finale, which had been lost in 1963, the Wild One opened to the public in May 1986. On June 18, 2018, during its 101st year of operation, the American Coaster Enthusiasts awarded the Wild One landmark status. To get to the Wild One from the park's front gate, you proceed down Main Street and take a right past the park's wave swinger flying carousel and into the Mardi Gras section of the park. You walk past Raging Cajun and take a left towards the ride's main entrance plaza. This entrance plaza is not a standalone plaza like the one for Superman, Ride of Steel, or Professor Screamore's Skywinder, though it does offer a nice view of the ride's historic-looking station. As you make your way into the ride's queue, you will walk past an Ace landmark placard and two signs, one displaying the ride's name and logo, and the other noting the ride's opening year. You go up a ramp into a switchback section of the queue, which is also the ride platform. As you walk through the queue, you will see two large signs listing some facts about the ride. One of these signs is an interesting fact about some reprofiling that the Wild One underwent, which increased the speed from 53 to 60 miles per hour. In addition to those signs, you will see one of the Wild One's two 12-row, 24-passenger trains. These trains are PTC trains with ratcheting lap bar restraints, and they also have seatbelts. Once you have boarded your train, fastened your seatbelt, and secured your lap bar restraint and cleared dispatch, you proceed down a section of straight track, followed by an unbanked left-hand turn onto the lift hill to begin your ride. At the top of the lift hill, you take a slight rightward turn down the Wild One's 88-foot-tall first drop. At the bottom of the first drop, you fly over an airtime hill, which gives a nice pop of floater airtime, especially for those sitting towards the back of the train. As you come off that airtime hill, you fly through a stone structure, which used to be part of the park's Intamin boat flume ride Skull Mountain, and up a double up. This double up gives nice pops of airtime, especially for those sitting towards the front of the train. At the top of the double up, you take a right-hand bank turn, which has some decent laterals, and go down a double down. This double down gives a nice pop of airtime for those sitting towards the back of the train. As you come off that double down, you fly over a speed hill, which gives a nice airtime pop, followed by an unbanked left-hand turn up over a larger airtime hill. This larger airtime hill gives a nice pop of floater airtime across the train. As you come off that airtime hill, you then fly up into another airtime hill, which actually turns towards the left. You fly over a bunny hill, which hardly gives any airtime, followed by a step up into an unbanked left-hand turn and over a short section of straight track, which has a trim brake on it. After you go over that trim brake, you take a right-hand unbanked turn into the Wild One's 450-degree rightward turning Helix finale. And this Helix pulls some fairly decent laterals. As you exit the Helix, you fly into the final brake run, thus completing your ride. For a 100-plus-year-old roller coaster, the Wild One has a great ride experience that rivals wooden roller coasters built decades later. While its first drop does not give a lot of airtime, the rest of the Wild One's layout is packed with several moments of floater and near ejector airtime. The standout airtime moments are that first airtime hill after the first drop and the larger airtime hill on the return trip, the second of which gives near ejector airtime for those sitting towards the front of the train. There are also a couple of good moments of weaker airtime pops on the second hill of the double down and the turning airtime hill after the larger airtime hill on the return trip. In addition to the airtime, the Wild One has some good laterals, particularly that right-hand banked turnaround after the double up. The Helix finale is also a great way to end the ride right before flying into the final brake run. Like the turnaround, the Helix has some good laterals, though the entry to the Helix does not give as many laterals as the exit to it. The Wild One is also a relatively smooth, classic wooden roller coaster. Aside from the ride experience, the Wild One does not have any theming, though the ride does not need it since it is a classic wooden roller coaster. This classic wooden roller coaster is quite good, and it is a shame that it actually might close for good at the end of the 2025 season. Unless Knoebels, Gene Staples, or someone else purchases and relocates it, the Wild One will be one of, if not the first, ace landmarks to close for good. While the Wild One had its Helix fully replaced after a 1960s fire and underwent an entire relocation, the future of this great ride does not look bright. It would be great to see someone save this legendary wooden roller coaster if at all possible. In the likely event that it closes for good at the end of the 2025 season, the Wild One is a coaster worth making a trip to Six Flags America for. The Wild One is a great wooden roller coaster and a standout attraction at Six Flags America. This ace landmark is definitely worth saving if at all possible. For final score, we give the Wild One an 8 out of 10. This classic wooden roller coaster is surprisingly good, and it will be sorely missed if it permanently closes at the end of the 2025 season. So, let us know in the comments below if you have ridden the Wild One at Six Flags America, formerly the giant coaster at Paragon Park, and if so, what you think about it. Is this ace landmark coaster worth saving? And if you enjoyed this video or are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more coaster content like this. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content coming soon to Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.